So, guys, welcome back to another new episode of the Sign Ups podcast. And this specific episode is really close to my heart because this has been the really great, insightful conversation that we had with Dr. Arun Gadre. And in this specific episode, we have talked about the Indian healthcare malpractices that happens commonly, and now that it has become common things for us. So in this whole episode we have discussed about all those things, and also at the last of the episode we have discussed about what all things as an individual you can do so to become a part of revolutionizing this whole Indian healthcare field. So yeah, I hope you really enjoy this episode. I hope you really enjoy this whole conversation. And yeah, let's just start this whole episode. Yeah.
So, Dr. Arun sir, like I really wanted to start this whole conversation with the very first question that I have with you is the fact that you have been working since in the Indian healthcare since 19 years now, and you have seen the whole Indian healthcare change, which was like you have seen the whole Indian healthcare change from the globalization period, from the commercialization when arrived in India. So I really wanted to know the major things that you have felt among the past times and also the present times. So you can start off with that and we will further go into the conversation. Yes.
Yeah, what I can say, I will start with my past because I am such a, what you can say, people look with me with like queer, he is a queer person, some crackpot or something like that. I am used to it because I started after MD, after being MD in 1984, I passed my MD. And I was always a merit student from the 12th and 10th. And so I got very easily the admission in Grand Medical College, Mumbai. And I was up to MD, it was only a question of whether I will get the gold medal or not or something like that. So, the student days and
Yeah.
all that thing. And so I was very easily, I am a middle class person and my parents are, my mother is doctor but not practicing, but somehow the bug of idealism caught me very early when I was in second MBBS. And those were the different times, means to relate with your generation, I must give a little general context also because
Yeah.
I am a product of a time. You are a product of a time. Nobody comes as a spontaneous somebody. There is always an influence. So my context I must lay out because then
Yeah.
it may sharpen the difference between the today and that time. So I am product of that time. I don't know whether you know Baba Amte or not, but he is one of the very great social reformer, and he worked in the field of leprosy. And his son, he is very good friend of me. He is Dr. Prakash Amte. There is one Hindi movie or Marathi movie, not Hindi, and but he has worked in the very remote place in Gadchiroli, in very thick jungles for last 40 years. He started with a small dispensary in the travel, and he started in 1974, and in 1978, I was in second MBBS. 1978. So it was that long and that. So it was an era of different era. Entire India, the youth were restless. We had no social media. We had no. When I didn't have TV in my Mumbai home till I got to the first MBBS. That now phone. So it was like a gone with the wind. The totally different era, and we are all products of. There are many my friends of that generation who lived into social idealism because they are very much charmed by the people like Baba Amte. We were called to give our life. We were mesmerized. We read a lot. We discuss a lot, and so that very different. We had not that much competition. Okay, we were very confident कि कर देंगे यार एग्जाम पास करने में क्या प्रॉब्लम है बाकी तो एक साल धमाल कर देंगे. So I 1.5 years के बाद एग्जाम आती थी. So for us, 3 exams. So 1 year was like a given year. You may do whatever you want. And 6 months is a pakka padai. So we were very relaxed in compared to your generation because you are very on the toes and everything. I pity your generation. I mean, we really enjoyed. But in that, I am the product of that time. So I visited Dr. Prakash Amte in 78 when there was no electricity, there was no telecommunication. The area was cut off in monsoon for 4 months. I had to walk for 70 kilometers. I mean, I did not walk because I got a truck, but I was ready to walk. And so I went to Dr. Prakash Amte and saw firsthand, means what it is, what it means to be a medical person. I am brought up in Mumbai. I mean, I am a Pakka city person. I had never seen any rural area. Nothing. I mean, so I was not. So first time I saw what the presence of doctor is. What do you mean by being a doctor? I mean, it was a revelation, and I was also reading a book by Dr. Paul Brand. He is a Christian missionary doctor to Vellore, and he is one of the father of the hand reconstructive surgery. And he has means later on, sometime after I read this book, but that experience I got in Himalkasa. But that book is also quite well. It must be a what you can say rapid reader book for every medical student. It is in English, fearfully and wonderfully made. It is fantastic book by Dr. Paul Brand. He was the orthopedician, and had he been alive, he must have been 95, 99. And he worked for 50 years in Vellore Medical, full mission hospital, CMC Vellore. And while transferring the tendon from one finger to the another finger for a leprosy patient whose fingers have been sloughed off. So he wanted to use the good tendon for a good finger. So he transplanted it as an orthopedic surgeon. And that was the foundation of the reconstructive hand surgery. I mean, his autobiography, 10 Fingers for God, every student must read. That I read later, not before I went to Himalkasa, but I can relate both very well. And Dr. Paul Brand was very close friend of Baba Amte because they both worked in leprosy. And Dr. Paul Brand led the entire research in leprosy. So he was a class apart. I mean, the role model. I mean, the way and he has given a very beautiful illustration of his example. Why he was never wanting to become a doctor. He wanted to become some missionary, but he was compelled to go to London and take up primary lessons in the hospital, so that he will have some first-hand knowledge. And then he beautifully given an example. He said he was working as an intern, and that was the Second World War days. And one old woman with a throat cancer came bleeding profusely in the casualty. And he was there as an intern with some medical knowledge. Intern don't have practical knowledge. They have only, I didn't have. He was working and then he was fumbled. Abhi, what to do? क्या करने का इतना profuse bleeding चल रहा है? Then he had some theoretical knowledge that you have to press the bleeder. That is what we know. Then what he did is put his finger, thumb inside the throat and pressed it, and the bleeding stopped. And then he said, he shouted and make the arrangement to take the old woman to the operation theater so that it can be ligated. But that took 45 minutes to 50 minutes. And then for 45 minutes, he was there. His description is beautiful. One person breathing with another person's breath. They were quite close. But his face was very close. And his hand was, his thumb was on the bleeder. So bleeding has stopped. Had he was not there, had their thumb was not pressing, that woman have died within minutes. So he he just contemplate and say, mere presence of a human life, one human life,
Mm.
is preventing death of another human life. And
Mm.
that is what the doctor is. And then these words actually ran. I read him 5 years later, but when I went to Hemal Kasa, I, in 78, I understood it. Oh my God, I was so, I mean, second MBBS, we know nothing. We know nothing as a medical. But Prakash is operating, then his paramedics are working. And I am seeing in front of me a Maria person. Maria is a tribe, Maria or Gond person who is coming with the fever, very high grade fever. And I was sitting on one chair, Prakash is sitting on another chair. The OPD is going on. The person comes walking 2 days with a very high fever. He had nowhere else to go than to this Hemal Kasa Lokabiradari hospital. And he just faints in front of us. He goes into coma in front of us because that is a cerebral malaria. And we just took it on the bed, saline लगाते हैं, quinine देते हैं, chloroquine देते हैं, and within 2 hours, the person is perfectly all right. I mean, he asks where I am, and next day he goes off to the village. So the mere presence of us as a doctor, I mean, that is something that charmed you, I mean, hooked me, possessed me, and that visual experience. What I am saying, your generation has no exposure to such giant people, such giant places, and we had got. I would still advise you to visit Hemal Kasa. It is still working. Prakash is still there. After 40 years, the situation has changed. The operation theater is like American operation theater because he had got many donations. There is electricity, there is oxygen, everything. I mean, that time it was a heart-like operation, and but the devotion and the worth of a doctor, because still today people don't have any access to medical health care. They have to come to Kolkata. For example, same place, 10 years back, I went there, 5 years back, I went there. That time, one person came. Again, he had got a injury with a pig. A pig has taken the person on the horn, and the horn goes in the stomach, in the abdomen, and then he was pulled out. And he came with the hole in the abdomen. He has been brought from 2 days walking or 3 days walking or 1 day walking. And then he said that, okay, we see him after 24 hours injury, his pulse is still okay. So not much hemorrhage has occurred inside. But we don't know what has happened inside.
Yeah.
He, Prakash says to him that please go to the civil hospital, which is at Chandrapur. It is 200 kilometers, 100 kilometers. He said nothing doing. His relatives said nothing doing. We have come from far from away. You have no money. Either you treat him or let him get dying. So Prakash asked me, क्या करने का कुछ? मैं बोलता ठीक है. Let us see. Because through that hole, the intestinal loop has come out. And the patient has come with the intestinal loop in his hand. So I and Prakash talk with each other. Our wildest guess is maybe the patient will come out because if the intestine is not gangrene and if the pulse is all right after 24 hours, that means there is no hemorrhage inside. So barring infection and barring gangrene, he will come out. What we have to do is just to push intestine inside. So we give us very small general anesthesia. His wife is anesthetist, and within 5 minutes we just set the intestine in, and then take 2 stitches. There is nothing much. There is no much hole. So these are the live experiences which I 5 years back, and first in 78 I was charged. I said okay, I will go to rural area and work there where there is no doctor. My wife is anesthetist. She also took the same decision along with me. And after our honeymoon, we went to Hemalkasi. And there had to operate on retained placenta for 3 days. And it was like a buttery pus. And patient was comatose. And I did hysterectomy under local. The hemoglobin was 7. So that is immediately after my marriage, before I started my own journey. So why I am telling you, this is the context. The context of the overall discourse in medical colleges were not so much of a commercial discourse, not so much of the career. Yes, we were all like that only, but there was also exposure, there was also thinking, and there are a lot of people you can connect with. They can connect with you somebody else. So that particular discourse was a context, and I was one of the product of that time. And I started along with my wife in a Kinwat, small tribal district. My Kinwat Days is the book published in Kindle. That is the story of my defeat. I'm not going elaborating much, but basically, I and my wife started at small place. Then I practiced at Lasalgaon district, Nashik, for 20 years as a private gynecologist. And as I said in the beginning, I was like a crack crack person because I went all the way to the Lasalgaon where there was no electricity for hours, 16 hours, 14 hours, 12 hours. There was no blood, no physician, no pediatrician. And when I went, there was no lab technician. I used to do all the lab tests myself. I mean, multi-sticks. And so I and my wife began like that. And I practiced at Lasargo for 20 years. I tried to do my own, and there I found what the presence of the doctor matters. Like Prakash, Hemal Kacha, like Paul Brand. I was there, so I was instrumental in saving the suffocated baby. I did a uterine rupture with 6 to 7 gram hemoglobin only. And that, because my presence was there, I'm an average gynecologist. Everybody has same skill as I have. Everybody has same knowledge as I have. But my place, my presence was in the area where within 70 kilometers, there was no extra treatment. So I lived a very rich life in experience. But because I took a, what we can say, a step beyond the comfort zone. I said, let me do it. Let me try it. And I did that. And when 12 years back, when I left Lasalgaon, I was charging for the cesarean section only 7,000 rupees, 7,000, 7,000. And it covered everything from tablets to injection to anesthesia to stay. I was not charging for sonography because I said that sonography is like a stethoscope for any gynecology. It makes my diagnosis very pinpointed. So I did not. So I am that type of queer. I mean, so you may not be able to relate to me, but there is thing but we can still relate to the learnings I got. They can be applied to the present day, and they can. I mean, if I say that relate to me and do whatever I want, I did. It is not correct thing because 99% of you generation is totally different. They cannot do it what we have did. And I will suggest not to do it because I have learned from it. Because the first 10 years of Lasalgaon were dream coming true. I am very little. Today also I am not a rich person. I am having a very modest middle class life. And but my one daughter become IIT and another is a law and company secretary. So they did well, and they did not go fortunately to medicine. I, I told them not to because that is my learning. But first 10 years were like a dream came true. I did whatever I could do. I'm not as great at Prakash Amti or Paul Brand, and I have no capacity like Paul Brand with a CMC value. I was working in a very small unit like Prakash Amti, and we were hampered by the infrastructure, blood, pediatrician, everything. So whatever in within limits, I did it. I really loved it. I delivered the patients who are having 2 grams hemoglobin. I mean, they are near death only. पीपीएच कहाँ से संभालोगे आप? From what you do? There is no blood available. But no, I could save at least for that point of time. I don't know what happened to that patient when she went home, but at least. So I took all these tensions, stress, adrenaline of working in such an area took the toll, and I got the angioplasty done 15 years back. And after angioplasty, after 2 years, we took a call that I don't want to stay. By that time, a gynecologist had come to that area. It was a commercial. And the most important learning, I am giving little introduction little longer because it will set the context. I mean, what I did is 10 years was a dream coming true, but the next 10 years was the commercialization also. It was something which I never understood why it is happening. But people who were referring the patient to me stopped referring because they were starting getting cut commission from the cities, from Nashik, from nearby the doctors' PRO, the hospital's public relation officers start roaming around and distributing packages. So the reference was stopped, only direct practice remained, and so the practice came by half, 50%. But it was also okay for me because ठीक है पहला तो बहुत ज़्यादा खर्चा था अभी कुछ है नहीं, so I was managing with that money. But basically, because I had lot of practice, I used to admit 50 cases for delivery in a month. So coming 25 is also not less. So I was not much worried about the lessening of the practice. Problem was there was a reaction from the people. The doctors become commercial and patients become consumers. In my first 10 years, the doctors were not sellers. I was not seller. I was service provider. And my patient was a patient, service seeker. Now you are entering in the fully commercial medical discourse where you will be treated as a seller and a purchaser. The patient will be purchaser. This shift began around 20 years back. And that I saw, I first-hand witnessed and suffered. Because what happened, the doctors started giving money to the patient with the complication and death. It happened in front of my own eyes. See, in 20 years of practice, I must have delivered 10,000 deliveries. 9,000, 10,000, 11,000. I don't know. There are only 3 PPH deaths. Postpartum hemorrhage death. 3 out of 10,000. So it's okay in that resource. First two, patient had no complaint. I just waived off the bill, which I used to. I mean, why not? They are losing their patient and we are instrumental in, we are not causing the death, but we are also a part of the death. So we have to empathy. So I did not ask a rupee, but they were happy for that. But the third death, 2 years before, 3 years before I left Lasalgaon, that brought entire backlash. There was a morcha, there was a agitation because patient relative wanted 4 lakh rupees. When I was charging only 1,000 rupees for a delivery, 1,000, how can I give 4 lakh rupees for the delivery day? And even when I'm not wrong, I mean, that is a principle. So I took stand, you go to court. But it was managed by politicians, people hungry. Abhi, doctors become a very soft target.
Yeah.
पूरा ये political mafia भी आ गया है, police आ गया है. And so that I knew, I had it back of mind. So for the first 2, I did not do even postmortem. But the third, I did postmortem. I was my antenna was alert. And nobody could hurt me. People gathered, they came to attack me physically. But nearly 50% patients who gathered around me were my patients only. I had been useful to them only. So nobody could touch it. But then I said, this is a warning sign. This is the red signal.
Yeah.
अभी आपका एथिकल प्रैक्टिस का फिक्स डिपॉजिट चलने वाला नहीं है. That value is lost. You are a part of the bazaar. You are a part of the commercial setup where you have to go with the rules and norms and the practices what other practitioners are doing. You alone cannot survive. So that is what I began. That first 10 years I survived with the even people came to attack me, nobody could dare to touch me because they were under my moral obligation. But now it is going receding. Next 10 years is a horrible years which I face because I never imagined that this onslaught will come to me. But अगर आप धंधे में खड़े रहते हो, लाइन में खड़े रहते हो, so people don't have knowledge. How can they differentiate between you and other? I mean, they will treat like anything. And our medical profession has itself taught the people to be suspicious, to be greedy. अरे हमारे ही लोग जब बोलते हैं कि कहे भाई एक गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट वन गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट टोल्ड मी अरे व्हाट द हेल यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एथिक्स. कुछ नहीं यार, 4 लाख रुपए जेब में तैयार रखो एंड इफ द पेशेंट डाइज जस्ट थ्रो द मनी ऑन द रिलेटिव, नोबडी विल बॉदर. मैं बोले बट व्हाट इज द एथिक्स. वो बोला कहाँ से एथिक्स. डू यू इंक्रीज योर टर्नओवर and you can manage it. And he was managing well. He managed well. So all this compass of medical practice changed suddenly underneath like a sand. And I was taken aback. I suffered. I took the backlash. And one point I decided that I will leave. So that is why I started. That context is different. But you can learn from them. And that is what, if you learn something, not defeat, you should go on your way, you should fight ethically, but you should learn from it. And that is what, in this interview, if I could do something, I will be happy about it. So I made some introductory longer speech because this context you will never understand. Okay.
So yeah, now that we are like talking about a patient-doctor relationship, so we will go on the doctor aspect further in this video. But I wanted to talk about that. Why is that changed behavior in the patients? Like, why do you think? What are the causes behind that change in the behaviors of patient after commercialization? Like that commercialization aspect of the doctors we would talk about, but why is that behavior changed in the patients?
It's a reciprocal thing. I mean, the initiators are the medical field only.
Okay.
If I go, all the ills we start for our again. For example, जो भी patient आता है saline लगाओ. I mean, saline practice is very common in rural area. I tried my level best. It could not be successful because patient सीधा बोलते थे, can you लगाओ saline? Can you do saline for us? If you don't, we will go to the next shop. So doctors have trained people to take the saline. Similarly, hysterectomy. We doctors are threatened people that come on, even the physiological leukorrhea. The doctors were started telling kids, come on, you will get the cancer, so get hysterectomy done. So all these practices begin with commercial element in the medical sector. That starts with commercial element, which is small, but it starts with that. And it, because it is a commerce, because it is a bazaar, then it elicits the ideas of patients and they become consumers. So we start, but ultimately, bazaar starts ruling us. I mean, and so to answer your question, two things have happened. People have lost faith in the medical field, lost faith. Because we have ourselves made ourselves vulnerable because as a rule we went descended down to earn more money. And I said we started practices throwing away 4 lakh rupees for a day, 1 lakh rupees for compensation. For all this we began, but that is taken by the patient also. See, whether patient or a doctor, we are all vulnerable, we are all fallible, and we are all, I mean, as doctors, we fall for commercialization. As patient, they also fall for consumerism. अगर मुझे पैसा मिलता है ज़्यादा, if I can, so that is number one. Number two, there is a choice in the bazaar. For example, in UK, when there is a universal healthcare system, uh, there is no system check in India. No? There is no system check. So the commercialization is unaccounted. It is going as it is. At the same time, there is no control on the patient movements also. In universal healthcare like UK, you have to go to the particular physician. You have 2 or 3 general practitioners, not more. You have no choice. Right? It's a pathological thing that patient has to decide to which doctor I should go. I mean, why it should be there like that? Why? And on what count patient will be able to decide it? But in India, that is truth. And if the patient is having that power to to decide which doctor I will go, naturally they will also start exerting the wrong methods and everything. So this is now the situation has been sunk so low level that unless the system change practically, the Badhar element will remain, and that's why what is happening. After my book came out, people are very angry with me, doctors, and generally doctors are also right in the sense that ethical doctors and the good doctors and rational doctors, and their percentage quite high. 50-60% doctors are good, but 40% are commercial, so they are getting suffocated. That will come to later. But the doctors who are getting punished by the patient, harassed by the patient, are also, I mean, they're human beings, so they get angry with the patient. And generally there is me versus them, I versus them. And that is dangerous. The patients are becoming consumers. With the drop of the hat, they will sue in the court. With the drop of the hat, they will go to the local political person and use the mafia against you. With the hospital. On the other hand, the hospital management is also exploiting doctors. That is another thing. But then we are strangulated by the commercial distortion of patient behavior on one hand and on the medical practice. So this has to be accepted as it is. It's a byproduct of everything, rather than blaming who is responsible. But doctors have to be very carefully. And now, unfortunately, defensive practice has begun. When I would have practiced without, why I left Lasargaon? Because I operated on the uterine rupture for 7 gram hemoglobin, because that patient would not have gone to Nashik. She would have died in between. So I operated on her and she survived. The baby survived. I did not have blood. I did not give blood also. That I did because there was a faith of the patient in me. And my wife, anesthetist, who is more vulnerable in surgery than a surgeon, she gave anesthesia to that person happily. And by the time when we were attacked, her confidence got lost. And she was trembling to give the anesthesia for 10 gram Caesar, normal cesarean. So this is a sea change. And we have to accept that change and accept that patients are also motivated. Not all. 80% patients are very normal patients. They understand you. They back you. My practice got bound back within 2 months after my attack. That is a silent majority. Good people are silent. But those who are not silent are having a lot of nuisance value.
Hmm.
तो क्या बताऊं, my one of the friend is in the rural area. She was also practiced like me with a low budget for 20-30 years. And when a Syrian patient went into renal failure,
Hmm.
post anesthesia complication, he was threatened by the relatives of the patient that अगर ये पेशेंट अच्छी नहीं होती है तो we will आप उसके साथ हम आपको जिंदा जला देंगे. We will burn you on the pyre along with the patient. He stopped this practice. So these are the learning. What you have said is a perfect question to begin with, because that is a reality. That is a very sad reality. Hardly 1 or 2 or 3% of the patients who are very notorious and joined by political mafia, the police also want to extract money, and the journalist also. So this has become a very cocktail right now. But 80%, 90% patients are silent, good majority. But you have to take into account the nuisance also. So just like frank commercialization, frank greedy doctors, there are the frank nuisance patients. So this is the reality we have landed into. You cannot wish reality in both the sectors away. We have to deal with it head on. And for your generation who is coming out to face all these things, I am very glad to give interview to you, because you should be aware what we are facing. Yeah.
Sir, don't you think there is another probable reason of the changed behavior, like because of the information that the people, like the common population, has been exposed to, the fake information? Like you can see in the pandemic also, a lot of people were believing in fake information. And also, sir, what I think is there is certainly an aspect of because of the Bollywood also, like because of the film they show, like a hero goes inside the ICU and just like slaps the doctor and just say I want this patient to be saved, like this kind of things. So don't you think that is also the reason in the changed behavior?
Of course, increase. See what has happened,
Mhm.
that medical technology has also emerged as a victor. And generally, it is now assumed that the patient will not die.
Yeah.
Actually, hospital is the place where the person dies.
Mm.
Where else the person can die? I mean, nowadays when medicalization has become very a norm of life,
Mm.
forget about very deep areas, rural areas, tribal areas, but city life and moderately city life, patient expect people to not to die, and so this irrational expectation, and as you say, the fake news,
Yeah.
and more than that, this technology triumph is actually becoming our enemy. We are at the height of the nadir of the medical technology and good results of medical field. I mean, people don't die so easily nowadays. But
Yeah.
then, if patient died after spinal in a general cesarean, it is not accepted to patient.
Yeah.
So all these things, and add to it the mafia element of the politician,
Mm.
doctors as a soft target. This has
Mm.
become a cocktail. This has become the cocktail.
And also, sir, like a similar kind of thing, not the, I should say, the patient, the doctor's violence. If you could see in the US also, sir, there are increased cases of like cases on doctors on malpractices. So they have another problem also, like.
Cases, malpractice cases is what I can say. It is a irritation, but not a nuisance.
Okay.
Not a nuisance. It is irritation,
Hmm.
because hardly 1 or 2% doctors have been convicted,
Hmm.
and it is done with a modified intentions. I agree,
Yeah.
but just you have to. That is the occupational hazard. You have to understand.
Hmm.
That is see. It's a good thing that patient is going to the court of law rather than assaulting.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
malpractice is nothing to be. It is unnecessarily बदनाम किया गया उसको. I mean that what else the right patient have to क्या कर सकता है पेशेंट? सपोज देयर इज अ पेशेंट and suppose there is a real negligence. What is the avenue for the patient? Either the cold or the mob. Patient is opting for the cold. It's a good thing for the doctor. Because I know no doctor who has been convicted wrongly. No doctor. I know one doctor who is very close friend of mine. He's a gynecologist. He was his tubectomy failed and that person got pregnant again. अभी क्या कर सकते हैं? 99.6% is a success rate. 0.4% will be the failure. अभी मेरा 2 केस फेल्यूर हुआ है. My 2 केस. Fortunately, I could tackle the cases and भैया ठीक है, patient came early, so I did MTP without cotting, without charging anything. Did retubectomy without charge. So I could manage them. But इसके ऊपर कुछ ऐसा हुआ कि that patient came in 6 months, 7 months, so he could not manage. So that patient went into the court of law. So he said, okay, for 9 years he fought. And he was not convicted because he could show the book. So see, judges are not anti-doctor. And fortunately or unfortunately, our colleagues don't testify against us. That is also true. And as I said, very few people, very few percentage of doctors are convicted. So that is the irritation. Don't get bogged down by threat of malpractice suit. They are to be welcomed by the doctors rather than assault by the mob. But beware of these assaults and the political economy around it.
So now that we have talked about the patient aspect, like moving on to the doctor aspect, like what doctors are doing wrong in the whole thing. Now, what I have seen in my friends also, sir, like this commercialization, like I should say commercialization virus has been affecting the medical students also. Like what I have seen is, like I was having a discussion with my friend. So what, and like while we were discussing, he said like, don't worry, if I get like, I would become a doctor, and what I would do is to just I would just recommend Cipla medicines so that I would get I would get commission from that, and that would be like certainly I would buy a car from that or something like this. And like they are saying that with so much easily, like that really makes me think that that has become a like a common thing for all medical students right now, like taking commissions and all these things. I'm not saying all the medical students are thinking like this, but yeah, it has become a kind of fad. And also like sir, there has been a thinking in the minds of medical students that if I have invested a lot for studying in that field, I have to get back that also. So what's your view on this?
You are what can I say? You are a victim of the system,
Yeah.
basically. Wherever I go in the medical colleges these days, before COVID, I used to go personally to meet the students, and I must attended, gone to around 8 or 10 medical colleges, and I had an interaction with the students. And I said, remove from your mind that I have come here to preach. I am not here as a preacher. I am only here as a person from whom you can learn and shape your own life.
Yeah.
When I was मेरे पूरे medical education में, how much I must have spent. Actually, I had only 500 rupees fee for 6 months. So 1,000 rupees. Of course, that is merit. That was no private medical college. It's Grand Medical College, government medical college. So, and then when I passed third MBBS, so, and before I was just roaming in the campus. Suddenly a news came, अरे भैया आपके पैसे सब वापस मिल रहे हैं. We were so stunned. कौन सा पैसा वापस रहे? So we all ran into the. So well, I passed every MBBS in the first attempt, but first attempt, second. So all my, I don't remember, but 50% of my fees were returned to me. So पूरा 5 साल का मुझे 2,500 रुपीज भरना पड़ा. हाँ, तो I always say I cannot compare me with you
Yeah.
for spending 50 lakh rupees to become a gynecologist.
Hmm.
And gynecology, 400 rupees I got a stipend for the house fund. 400 rupees per month. That was my stipend for the house month. So I got something. I did not spend anything. And because I was Mumbai, घर तो बम्बई में था, so खाना पीना तो वहां से आता था. So within 400 rupees क्या क्या खर्चा है, कुछ नहीं ज्यादा. थोड़ा बहुत पार्टी, थोड़ा बहुत कुछ, बाकी क्या और क्या, nothing else. Library was my book, so we could do what we could think of because there was no burden of spending. It was very free decision for us. For your generation, there are two things. One, as I said, the context has changed. When I joined the medical college, the devotion, the selflessness, the actually the ethics of a society were different, and we were the part of that society. So we were also different. Now you are coming from a different society where people have become after globalization, after privatization in last 20 years, middle class has really come super middle class millionaires. Your parents can spend that much of money on your education, not personally your generations. And our parents है घर से निकाल दिया होता मेरे को अगर मैं बोलता था मेरे को 2 लाख रुपए चाहिए. I could not have because I could get without any money. That's why I could be trained. Otherwise, my parents would have told me that go to BCom, BA, do something. So the generational changes. Which generational changes? The technology has changed. The social media, the value. So the social values are degenerated to a deep level. So you are the product of that society. So there is no context like ours to you. At the same time, there is actually a cost involved.
Yeah.
I was doing my house job for when I joined my MD Gynac, and we went for the strike. What was the strike for? The strike against private medical college. I mean, we had no business to go against strike. We have got medical admission to MD. We are doing very highly. When Maharashtra government brought the first private medical college, we went against strike because we thought that this is not good thing for medical. For the future generations, it is not good. But what we the strike was broken. हमारा सामान उठा के फेंक दिया हॉस्टल रूम से and सबकी फट गई. अभी क्या करेगा? We tried for 3-4 days. Even the newspapers did not give any attention to us because that time society did not bother. I always tell my in TV interviews because had the society, the media taken our strike seriously that time, the present degeneration of medical practice would not have occurred. But you did shut your eyes. So we went back. अभी क्या करते? हमारा तो कुछ जाता नहीं है. We are not paying any private medical fees or something like that. So we did for the larger society. But I was one of the instrumental. As you were saying, I have seen the entire canvas, how it changed. And the private medical colleges are worst thing that happened to medical field. Worst. We went into American model,
Yeah.
the UK model, and take it in again context with the Indian reality. There is a passive privatization. Mark my word, passive privatization means for last 20-30 years, government started killing public healthcare system. So people have to go to private. That is passive privatization. You are emphasizing privatization. You are not opening public medical colleges. When I was a student, 99.9% were public medical government medical schools. Now it is hardly 45%. So government withdrew. And in the political economy, now I come to the world because I never knew all these things. I just, like you, was a medical student, then doctor, then entered and practiced and collapsed and came back and so on. But then I now read what is happened. The political economy changed. It changed from the service product to the market product. Big change in whom? The policy makers. From Manmohan Singh to Narendra Modi, from Congress to BJP. Nobody is different. They are going in a one direction under the pressure of the World Bank. That privatize and marketize the healthcare. There we have actually a huge course, different course we have. For example, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka was same in 1990s like India. But Sri Lanka did not go in private medical healthcare. It has go in the public healthcare model. आज भी श्रीलंका में 90% is the public healthcare. Only 10% is private. And Sri Lankan indicators for healthcare are among the most developed countries. Sri Lanka was around 40 in the rank of 140 and we are 139 in access to quality healthcare. So take it on the huge contrast. What happened actually beyond our understanding is the policy shift of the government. And there they actually found a gold mine in private medical colleges.
Yeah.
Medical Council of India, after our book had published, it was the ceremony was done by Alliance of Doctors for Ethical Healthcare. The book release ceremony in Delhi, and where we demanded dissolution of Medical Council of India because it was doing nothing but corruption, and the source of corruption was private medical college. So the globalization, the marketization, the commercialization, अरे डॉक्टर तो गिनी पिग्स है. Individual doctors are the victims of all these things. Rather, they are perpetrators of it. Perpetrator is a government policy, and that has been supported by each and every party of India. You cannot blame one party and support any other party. अरे politicians के private medical college है. You name the private medical college, it belongs to some politician or other, and therefore all parties. The Medical Council of India thrived on the corruption, and that I'm not saying. The Joint Parliamentary Committee of Rajya Sabha has a stringent report against Medical Council of India, and they have pinpointed this link. So what has happened? We have in 30 years, बिल्कुल अनजान है, मतलब people and population at large are not knowing, doctors are not knowing what will happen. I mean, we knew and we registered, but nobody. But then entire course change. पहुंचना था जापान, पहुंच गए चीन, और अभी आप बोल रहे हैं चीन क्यों आए, कैसे आ गए चीन? आ गए हो. You understand why we came. So what I am saying, the entire course, the policy course has changed. And then in 1980s, medical industry was given, medical field was given a status of industry by parliamentary law. And that's why that opened the way to the corporatization. अभी आप तो मतलब in single sentence, doctors are labor of the corporate, patients are कच्चा माल, and foreign direct investment is poured as an investment ये कारखाने में, and the profit has been taken out as a butter. And you are just a forced labor. Doctors are forced labor. We have done a very good research. I am a head of the institution of an NGO called Sati. It is in Pune for last 6 years. For last 10 years, I am working in Sati. I am a member of the Public Health Movement India, PHM India. Your website, you Google it. We are a huge network. What I am telling, I have learned from people. Because by training, I am a gynecologist. By practice, I am a gynecologist. But when I was thrown out of the practice, forced to leave, मैं बोला यार ये क्या चल रहा है? What have happened? And fortunately, I have good teachers in Dr. Abhay Shukla, who is my co-colleague, who are from AIMS. He's a public health person from AIMS, and Dr. Anand Padke from Pune. Both are veteran public health movement activists, and I learned from them. And I actually give input from the field because they were not acting on the field, so I was in the field. So we got a very good, got a very good output from churning between all of us. But this is what you should look into, because unless you address it, and now what has happened, we began with the question whether the young generation is now tuned with all these norms, the norms. I said, Bhaiya, if you come out, Aman, please listen to me. If you come out and start practicing as a specialist in India, please start giving commission. You will not survive. You will not survive. One pathologist in dissenting diagnosis, I took the interview of young pathologists. That was around 6 years back. 6 years back, somewhat. And he is from the metropolitan city in India. And he told me, sir, I am from a very rich family. So I can afford to sit idle. But for last 2 years, I have got this huge patho lab, which cost around 1.2 crores, including the building and all these. And then running cost, say around 1 lakh rupees per month. और अभी कहाँ से लाऊं मैं पैसा? I met around 200 doctors, 100 are my classmates, and nobody is sending a single patient for pathology to me because I don't give commission. Abhi, because I am from a very well rich family, I don't need for money for survival. But मैं खाली बैठ के करूँ क्या? What shall I do? So please take heed. You have to adjust with reality. You will not survive. This is where we are landed. But you have to start questioning why we are landed. Number one. Number two, private medical college. I once went to private medical college. Now what has happened? They have started some within first 2 months or 3 months of starting of the first MBBS. There are some very good initiatives the hospitals have started, the colleges have started. They bring role models from outside and there's some initiating course or something, some name is there. I mean,
Foundation.
Something, yeah. So I called me. I said, Bhaiya, I am coming to private medical college. You know what I am going to talk. Do you want me to come? He said, yes. I said, then okay. Then I called Dr. Prakash Amte. मैं बोला मैं क्या बोलूं वहां जाके इन व्हाट मैं कैसा बोलूं if you are spend 30 lakh rupees for MBBS and further 30-40 lakh rupees so 70 lakh rupees अगर आप MD गायनेक होने के लिए पैसा इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो so how can I say how can these people survive without they go into the malpractices? Prakash told me very very calmly. He said, you tell me because Prakash is also going to many private colleges. He said that I tell to the students, and I told this to my class, see, you are all young people. You are the product of this time. You are grooming yourself. And the very purpose that you want to hear us shows that there is a humanity intact in you. And we believe that any person who joins medicine, from whatever background, rich, poor, middle class, from whatever religion, the person becomes a very sensitive empathy for the patient. That is a byproduct of medical learning. So you are for that. You are for that. You know that. You are only worrying कि how can you continue doing this. You want to go for ethical practice because every student want to go because that we learn the joy of our practice and we don't want to lose that joy. We want that integrity. So I believe in all of you. But why are you taking the burden of investment? Have your parents invested in you like they have invested in mutual funds? No. They are your parents here. They want you to become doctor. You are intelligent. They want the doctor from the family. They have so much of pride when you come out of a doctor. Then convince them that you might not be able to get the investment back, but you will get the joyful boy or girl, your child back. मैं Kerala is some state in India where I found one ENT surgeon who has spent around 60 lakh rupees in all medical. He was also like you, to Russia, then here and then ENT. And he is running one of the largest public hospital in Kerala. And because I was invited there, I met him. He's quite young, 40, 45. And मैंने उसको पूछा भैया, and in Kerala there is a reverse migration. I can tell you a very positive case story. I found at least 10 postgraduates who have spent around 50 to 60 lakh for their education have joined public health system in Kerala. Can you believe it? I could not have believed. But I know 10. I can give you numbers, mobile numbers, names. You could visit Kerala. Because what he said, he is running a 600 bed like AIMS. The hospital is like AIMS. Big public hospital. I have seen myself. Clean hospital. Fantastic hospital. Fantastic. There is no difference between Just Look and Faulty and this hospital. They are treating everybody free. And it is like he said, the joy which I get here to practice. He had practiced for 2 to 3 years in corporate. And you suffocated. वो बोला साला मैं साइको बन रहा था. I was become so depressed. One Dr. Sanjay Bhalerao I know, he's from Indore. He's a pediatrician, super specialty in pediatrics. He left corporate. So I know people, young generation, who left corporate. They didn't even bother to think of investment. Initially, they did. But when they came to know, in the last 1 week of any month, I am really shifting every patient from OPD to IPD because to fulfill the target. अरे आप सब लोग इंसान हो यार. Everybody is human being. You cannot go on for years doing this. Very few 1% thick-skinned and greedy person may be the exceptions, but there are exceptions among everybody of us. You are not different than we. You are same, but you cannot go. So there is a lot of, and we have done a study how the corporate is. I will send you the report with the King's College London, association with King's College London. Sati has conducted the study. See how in 20 years commercialization took place. And there the young people opened their hearts. और वो बोले कि if we get the security of the good quality practice with a good payment, we are not bothered to think of investment and join them. And Kerala is doing that because Kerala health system is one of the best in India. And public health system, fantastic. And he said he is getting some enough money, not in lakhs, but around that, but not in 4 lakh, 5 lakh. So he said, I explained my family. I and my wife took the decision. Both are from private medical college. Ki, Bhaiya, we are not going into trap. We are coming out of the trap. we will not think of investment. And there, what, like Prakash Amte, I will tell you, explain your parents. Okay, please let us know and search for the opportunity. You may also go for the corporate also. Test yourself, what we are saying. There are some good exceptions also. It is not that everything is rotten. There are some good exceptions. But most of the times, now around 80 to 90% chances, you will have to bury your conscience and live with that pressure. So don't think of investment. So and Prakash मैं I was started laughing. अरे यार 50 लाख रुपए खर्चा करने के बाद मैं ये सोचूं कि why not invest return? Then he said no. If I am that parent, if I understand well, because 90% parents may not be doctors. So parents who are not doctors, they don't understand here. They don't understand what the pressure on the young children is. So I agree with you, and I don't counter. Two things I don't counter. Generally, we have understood. I got the sense of it. That people come to the medical for earning money. That change has happened. That is not your fault. That is not your fault. You are a part of the society whose social values have gone bankrupt. Number two, you will always think, अरे अपने parents say, when you are seeing that parents are paying 50 lakh and many parents are actually pinching their pockets to spend for you, naturally you will be sensitive enough and say कि मैं उनका return करना चाहता हूँ. But talk with your parents. And but if you can't, you have to adjust with reality. I don't blame the young generation. But I am very sure that the very fact of entering into medical school kindles a humanity in everybody. And every human being is capable of that. You are that. When you come out of MBBS, you are like me. You are not different. There are many people like me who got entangled into commercial. And then they see, there are one thing. In my generation, as I said, there were only 500 rupees per 6 months. But many got commercial, very harsh commercial. So it is not only money. It is not only money which you spend for the education. It is your inclination also. And but once you start getting easy money, it is horrible. It is horrible. That is a very tempting thing, and you don't know where you are landing. And there are two, three things is a cocktail for all of us, medical people. We have our extreme ego. और वो ego चाहते हैं, we love that ego. What is that ego? I was there, I operated, and she survived. It's a very positive ego, but it can shift into any bad ego. That is number one. Number two, we can have a power or symmetry. One of the novel, which is Sentence of Death, it is on the Kindle. It is a Marathi novel. I am a novelist also. I've been around from Marathi Sahitya Parishad. The literal, I got awards, and I am one of the good novelists, but not written on medicine, except dissenting diagnosis. But in one of the novel, I was on the third MBBS, the life of the third MBBS. That is my novel, and you can go. I will ping you. That is on Kindle. You search, and you will find in that novel the statement which was actually become a very famous. वो जो स्टूडेंट रहता है ना, the third MBBS student, who is very very intelligent, वो बोलता है यार हमारे सामने कोई भी आने दो. However giant industriality, जब हम बोलते हैं नंगे सो जाओ तो नंगे सो जाता है. So that is what the doctors are, and that is a positive thing because we have that power, but that gives a power asymmetry. Power asymmetry comes by two ways. There is the knowledge difference. See, when I got my angioplasty done, I asked my friend, यार भैया तुम जो भी करना है करो. I got angina, so I got angiography. I got 95% block. Then I get admitted, and angioplasty was done. वो बोला क्या करूँ मैं बोला don't tell me anything. I am a gynecologist. मुझे कुछ भी पता नहीं है. And if I enter into googling, I will get so confused. मैं बोला यार I have faith in you. You are my friend from college days. जो भी करना है करो. Because there, even though there is knowledge, there was a asymmetry in knowledge. It will always remain, even between me and my doctor. Because that specialty knowledge I will never have. And there is a power asymmetry. Knowledge asymmetry and power. Power में एक power है कि कोई भी हो, political leader हो या industrialist हो, नंगा सो जाता है तो नंगा सो जाता है. And that is the most dangerous power. It can be used very positively with a huge burden on the pressure on us. अरे यार, we are treating a human being with help. Forget about political leader or industrialist. Even a tribal woman comes to me. I got a burden. She had given me her life in my hand. That is not power. This is a huge responsibility. So if we keep our mindset right and try to achieve, we can definitely find a win. That is what my belief is. Even in your generation. But you can join public health, you can join charitable hospitals, you can do lot of things. Of course, there will be pressures. Of course, there will be temptation. But nothing is lost totally. But you should also understand that the fight is very difficult for your generation.
So, like, I can give you a very different perspective on this whole private education thing. Like, mostly, where like I'm talking about my family only. My parents are like that much financial stable that even if I just go on with my 50,000 work in just MBBS doing, I can really earn, like I can really live a good life. And the reason why mostly people go on with private education is because of the situation. Like here we aren't getting seats, so that is the reason. Yeah, but there has been a lot of students that I have seen that even if they invest that much of money, they come back to India and they really want to work. They really want to work for public health systems, and even if they spend a lot, around 50 lakhs only, what they want is that feeling of treating out patients. And that is the one that, like, most of the students I can see, like I have seen both the perspective students only. Like I have some friends of that perspective and have some friends of that perspective. Now, like, do you agree with this? Like, what do you think about this? Like, there are, like, you told about Kerala also, no? So
I'm not getting you what, because you are saying the same thing which I am
yeah, I
trying
was
to.
saying the same thing. Just I.
But because yes, unless you think,
Hmm.
that is what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
we have to think, and when we will think, when we will know what the reality is.
Yeah.
Dissenting Diagnosis was my book, which actually brought the reality into writing. We were all talking behind the curtain among ourselves, but it was not exposed. The skeletons were not out.
Yeah.
So now this stark reality, that is what we are both saying the same thing.
Yeah.
That yes, students are doing, see, we love to practice, we love to teach, we want patience. That is our motivation of life. But you can also have it in different way also. No need to go for very high cost model, but of course, every opportunity has some cost.
Yes, sir.
Now I have made the cost. I am a very middle class person. I cannot go to a US travel or luxury trips. I can't. But I can have enough to buckets of take. So I have paid that cost. But if you don't pay, now the another costs are there. I have seen one cost is there. One person who is a specialist doctor, she was complaining to me that her husband has been made alcoholic, super specialist, because of the easy liquor which flows in the pharma company. easy lacquer, free lacquer available. So she blames on that. I don't particularly blame entirely on that. Ultimately, we have in our own. कितना भी मुफ्त में फुला है तो भी कितना पीने का. But that is also true. You get tempted. You get tempted. So this generation is also tempting, and that something dehumanization. That is also one thing. Like I told you, so you have to select a choice on your own. But if you know that ignorance cannot be bliss now. Ignorance is not a bliss. Because you have to know before you step out what lies in front of you. Not only, see, even I would have accepted commission practice if it has not forced me to do unindicated cases. मतलब ऐसा है, people, the general practitioners start ruling. I am sending the patient for cesarean. I am sending the patient to hysterectomy. And then you become a slave. You slave yourself so that somebody else will earn against your conscience. And we are all intelligent people. We start justifying that conscience very easily. We get very hardened also. But a part of personality changes. And that reflects on your family life. That reflects on your children. That reflects sometime in your own psychological setup. Depression आ जाता है, anxiety आ जाता है. Yourself might become tend to alcoholic. So all these problems are anticipated when you are spending this life. So you have to stop and think. At least what I want to do. You may not be able to do right away. You might have to join that other way and see what exactly it is. But if you are not alert for that, it is very easy because ये जो कॉर्पोरेट है, ये जो पूरा मेडिकल पैसे वाला पॉलिटिकल इकोनॉमी है, they are pumping money in you to get that money back. Foreign direct investment इंडिया में क्यों आएगा? For what? It does not come for philanthropy. अरे अमेरिका में इन्वेस्टमेंट पे रिटर्न नहीं मिलता है. What one person told me, he is a consultant for a corporate hospital. वो बोला कि नाउ हम क्या बोलते हैं कि मैं बैंक में पैसा रखता हूँ, so return of investment per year is 6%. Right now 6.5% for my FD investment. अभी वो बोलता है ठीक है 11% रिटर्न है कॉर्पोरेट में पर ईयर, so मैं ज्यादा पैसा उधर लगाऊंगा. That is also okay. Okay means not okay, but we can understand. But now the investors demand return of investment per square foot of the hospital. Can you guess the implication? That means the psychiatry OPD will be shut down. Because OPD से जितना इनकम है, because percentage conversion of OPD to IPD is hardly 1% in psychiatry. और वो कन्वर्जन भी क्या है? ECT है कुछ. कितना पैसा मिलेगा? 25,000, 40,000, 50,000. And that only 1%. So per square foot of that 300 square foot return is only 1%. So close down. और बढ़ाओ क्या? No, cardiac lab, cath lab. बढ़ाओ, neurosurgery बढ़ाओ, renal dialysis बढ़ाओ. So all these single-minded. So these are actually shutting down the psychiatrists. And there may be other branches also. For example, gynec also, unless there is obstetrics. But yes, there are some definitely. You will not be put down. But most of many, so they are now ruling. And you know, I know one 40-year-old plastic surgeon. He was telling me, they use you as a guinea pig. पहले आपको बुलाते हैं, बहुत सारा पैसा देते हैं, and then they start उसका क्या बोलते हैं, नीलाम करते हैं बाजार में. This is 4 lakh rupees for plastic surgery. Three. What is the conversion? What is the conversion? This plastic surgeon is very honest, very ethical. The corporate tolerated it very well for first few years because he established plastic surgery in that. Very good surgeon, very ethical. So नाम बन गया. Now they start calling another person. He is only converting 10%, 15%. आप 25% करोगे? Then he said, okay, yes. Then that person starts. Then they have now reduced the OPD days for this senior person, and gradually they make it sure that this person is thrown out. So these all pressures will be there on your generation. One is never sure how much you are settled. अरे एक जीपी आपको 50% मांगता है, दूसरा 55%. You are not so sure. So it's a very rat race where you become a rat. So these are all having their own stresses. It is not something. So both are there. Both have opportunity cost. But I am still believing that your generation can manage out of keeping the ethics intact little bit. And compromise is also welcome. The little bit here and there, but that has to be a discerned with, means कुछ भी करना पड़ता है. That pediatrician left the corporate because last week में जो भी OPD में आता है IPD में admit करो. अरे one cardiologist from Kolkata told me, I can give the number. उसको बोल रहे थे कि 15% नॉर्मली बुक पिक्चर से जाते हैं आप, तो एनी कार्डियक OPD conversion rate, this new term you will never read in your books. Conversion from OPD to IPD. तो 15% होता है, 15% you go by book. He said, यार तुम 15% कर रहे हो, you want 40%. So he had to admit 25% OPD patients who have no indication for angioplasty, angiography and bypass. He did it for years. He could not continue. He just left it. He is a super specialist, but he is only running the OPD now. वो बोलता है बाहर में गया हूँ. I could not tolerate. One point I cracked down. I crashed. I was broken down. I would have gone mad had I continued, and this had happened to many corporate persons. So know that this will come to you. You may join corporate, test it. कि भैया पानी में कितने गहरे पानी में हो, but you have to test it and leave it as early as possible. You can also opt for public health, but there are no good opportunity in India because public health is only good in Kerala, Tamil Nadu. But there are charitable hospitals, but then remote areas and all that. So all these are there. So I can't judge for you. But एक बात सुनो, even if you go for a commercial way, out of compulsion, just to survive, fight to keep it minimum as possible. Fight to keep. You may be able to do it. Or join that corporate which is a moderate one, not a ruthless one. There will be. There is a variety. Everything is grey. There is nothing like black and white. So I definitely hope that you will be able to do it.
Sir, like now that we are coming to the end of this interview,
Okay.
the last question, and talking about the solutions, I really wanted to know your views about multi-specialty chains like Narayana and Vedanta, which are working for they are like taking money from the people who are able to pay, and they are doing charity also. So what's your view on this? Like, if I'm a person who really wants to empower the whole Indian healthcare system, the government is not contributing to the whole thing. If I want to do, the possible solution I could think of is like opening that kind of a multi-specialty. So what's your views on this? All.
Yeah, just see, this is all a spectrum, I mean, I don't have any personal experience of all these changes. So I cannot count. Personal experience.
Yeah.
Somewhat I read, but it will be not true to judge any hospital because
Yeah.
any chain. That is what I am saying. There are different options emerging.
Hmm.
Go and test.
Hmm.
I am not going. For you, there is no alternative, as you are rightly saying. You have to have lesser devil,
Hmm.
lesser devil. So go and test yourself. But generally, what has happened that there are some good success stories. But generally, what has happened that I don't know, but turnover. These are the turnover models.
Yeah.
Turnover model is not mostly a quality model. Mostly,
Hmm.
matlab, I don't know because corporate also go work for turnover.
Hmm.
See, in any corporate hospital, there are good hospitals also. Sometimes there may be.
Yeah.
So I don't. See, I al- I always believe that cross subsidy and charity model are good model. Good model. I'm not criticizing in
Hmm.
this, but how they earn,
Hmm.
I don't have any comment on how they spend. Charity करते हैं तो good,
Yeah.
but how they earn, I don't have exact knowledge of
Hmm.
that model.
Yeah.
Because earning में कैसा है, as I know, I
Hmm.
was a member of the joint central committee in Clinical Establishment Act for the rate calculator. I have come out with a rate calculator for the hospital.
Hmm.
And I know how the rate. Generally, what has happened, the cost MRP difference, the little laxness in indication,
Hmm.
turnover बढ़ाओ.
Hmm.
Generally, these are the models.
Yeah.
Sometimes they are not harmful models. Sometimes they are harmful models. Like extreme corporate,
Yeah.
where the greed rule, as we are saying.
Hmm.
So I don't know. People have to do experiment. So what I would suggest to your generation, that keep all these options open. And as per your uh, mental framework, as per your motivation, purpose, as per you, but try to be as optimum as possible.
Yeah.
I cannot say to you that you will be as like me. You cannot be able.
Yeah.
Still, you can be. There are charitable hospitals, Christian mission hospitals, other hospitals which don't get doctors. For example, spread the word in India. There is a need of MD medicine or even MBBS in a tribal hospital of my friend. It's a Meghat, it's a Amravati
Hmm.
in Maharashtra. And
Hmm.
he's not getting medical colleague. He is MD medicine. उसका आज आईसीयू में कोविड 17 कोविड पेशेंट है ट्राइबल 11 सीरियस वेंटिलेटर पे 5 ही इज मैनेजिंग अलोन so there will be places like Janaswastya Sahayog. There are good hospitals in India who are not getting doctors. Christian medical hospitals not getting doctors. So there's those who are really want to do, you will be taken care good. Money will be good, but not like 4 lakh, 5 lakh.
Yeah.
So कुछ ना कुछ तो opportunity cost रहेगा. But there are, as I say, before we close, you have to know that you are entering in a very poisonous area. You are not entering like I entered in 1984.
Hmm.
You are very bad. My first 10 years, I reaped because I entered in a poisonless
Hmm.
ecosystem.
Hmm.
You are in a poisonous. So you must know that it is not in your hands. You are a guinea pig. You are a very small cog in the wheel. So कौन से wheel में जाना है? You don't take burden of the investment returning that you talk with the parents. Think yourself what I want to do, what my spouse want to do. Like the friends who have joined, left the corporate, take their experience. Why they left the conference? Why? What frustration level? They are thought till today. They are thought by the corporate. So all this gray picture you map it yourself for yourself, and then take your personal decision. And then for that you keep aside 3 or 4 years. of your first 3-4 years to experiment and test. And I'm sure that a significant percentage of you will find at least a middle path, and keep your psychology
Yeah.
peaceful, feel peaceful. So all the best for that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for coming here. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.